That's right. It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9. You locked in with your boy Reece. As always, I try to bring some friends of the show that can help y'all out. And this man right here is going to get the biggest, best introduction. A friend of the stars. He will get you up through there. And I'm going to tell you what that means in a second. The legendary, iconic brother of many talents, Jame Hunt, is in the building. What's up, sir?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy to be here.
Man, now, if you've heard this man's name in Atlanta, that means that you have probably have elevated your lifestyle. He's helped so many stars and people at the same time. We're going to talk about both. James, man, you've helped me out. We're going to talk about that personally. Personally. Because I said, you know what? I knew you knew what you were doing, right?
Okay.
Your track record precedes you.
Yes, sir.
But you've got me to a place that I didn't know I could get to.
Yeah.
I'm almost in the 800 club in credit. We talking about credit elevation and the things that you can do with good credit. But you've worked with some big names, man. Tell me about some of these people.
Wow. So it's a ton of NBA players, a ton of NFL players, and just about everybody in the music industry and actors from Lorenz Tate to
Everybody, I gotta jump on your Instagram
everybody.
page. I see you link with
Everybody.
Tank trying to, with his new house.
Yes.
When I was walking out of your crib, I saw a couple of very high name artists
Yes.
coming out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you do this. You got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about some of the things that the entertainers, the athletes, they utilize your services for.
Yeah, so the majority of my clients that are entertainers come to me because they have like credit challenges. And so usually their back is up against the wall and they're trying to make something happen. In the case of Tank, he was trying to get a home, a new home, a multi-million-dollar home. And his credit score was not high enough to be able to get it. He had some issues in it.
Now they got the liquid, but they just don't have. They need to get the credit to match to get the best rates.
So unless you're
and
going to
stuff,
spend $4 or $5 million in cash on the house,
but
then
nobody's
you're going
trying
to
to
need
do
to get. Yeah, no one's trying to do that. So everyone's trying to finance and get a really good interest rate for that house. And so I am that go-to person that everyone calls to make sure that all negative issues are addressed and removed, and that we boost their score up high enough so it is that they can get the things that they need.
So basically you are the Dr. CB of credit. That's what you are. You know what I mean? He'll help you get rid of all your help. This is the Dr. CB of credit, Jame Hunt right here. So these people, we're not saying anything negative because all of us have challenges. What we're saying is they may have millions of dollars in the bank, but why spend it in cash when you can finance it at a great rate and you can help them do that?
Absolutely. And the same thing applies with getting their cars. So you won't see Akon going buy a car without coming to see me first. And so even though he can finance, and he has multiple Rolls Royce Wraiths, but every time he purchases another one, he'll come see me first, and we'll make sure that everything is A-OK and with his credit, and I'll make all that stuff happen for him.
I got you. Right now, we're checking in with Jame Hunt, the credit guru. You can look him up, Celebrity Credit Guru, on Google. If you Google that, it's going to pop up, but that's also his website. Like I said, I got a personal story with this guy because he helped me get to where in the 800 club, the credit score of 800 club, I could basically buy half of Atlanta if I want to right now on finance, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do them like that. But James also helps out people like our people. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of our people, believe it or not. So tell us about the normal person, the average person that comes in, wants to get a house. You know, a house anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000 or something like that. They may not have that credit. Can you help those people?
Yeah, so the vast majority of the people that we're helping out is just the average person. So I am currently in partnership with New Birth, with Jamal Bryant over at New Birth. And so we're literally doing the entire church. And so we're getting about 100 new clients a day coming in from New Birth, on top of my own clientele base, to assist them in all of their issues. Many of them are trying to reestablish their credit, buy new homes, get new cars, start a business. And so whatever their challenges are, we are
able to help
processing the paperwork to get those issues resolved and then putting them in a place and educating them. I think this is important to talk about the education part, because if you don't educate them, if 6 months from now they can be back in the same situation.
Right.
So you have to like educate them at the same time that you're actually addressing the issues, resolving their issues, educating them so that they don't find themselves back in that place again.
I love that when I first met you, you said, I want you to be a one-time customer, meaning that I want to be able to teach you what I'm doing to do this, have it done, and then you won't have these issues anymore. Now, the next time you come see me, it'll be about something different, elevation.
Yes.
That's what I love. That's what I love.
Absolutely.
What I also love, right now we're talking with Jame Hunt, a celebrity credit guru. What I love to see is you got a bunch of young brothers in your office, and they are killing it. They are learning what you have taught them, and they are turning themselves into mini gurus.
Yeah. So I think that that's my greatest success is the people that I have around me. So some of my employees were borderline homeless. Some of them, one of them was homeless and sleeping in his car. And so it is taking people who are just regular people and giving them an opportunity and teaching them the business, giving them an opportunity, and then watching their lives grow, watching them get their own places. One of my employees just bought a new home.
Oh, wow.
And he has a 2018 Mercedes. He just bought a new home. And when he came to work for me, he was selling bootleg CDs out of his car.
Wow.
So out of the trunk of his car. And it was a raggedy car. And so to watch their success, I think it really says something about you, the person.
Right.
You have to be able to pull up everybody around you in your inner circle.
Absolutely. Each one teach one, and you definitely doing that. I'm not going to hold you up because I know you probably got about 40 rappers in your phone right now hitting you up like, man, look, I need you to do something for me. You on the radio.
Yes.
But Jame Hunt right here, if they want to get in touch with you, please go to his website, celebritycreditguru.com. Follow him on Instagram. What's your IG? Who is Jame Hunt, right?
Who is Jame Hunt?
Because a lot of people are asking that.
Yes.
A lot of people are asking that.
For those who don't know.
Right. What would you say to the parent out there that's just trying to get their kid to understand about credit and about, the importance of finance? What would be like a couple of key things maybe a parent should tell their teen?
I think that this generation is probably the most knowledgeable generation that we have ever seen. They're not going to have the opportunity to be able to say, as I said about my parents, is that no one ever told us. I think that we have these days, all of the information is available to you at your fingertips. And so whether your parents are teaching you or not, and I think that your parents should be teaching you, but whether your parents are teaching you or not, if you want to know what the issues are, it's available to you at your fingertips. And you can find out and educate yourself and find someone who knows and let them be a mentor to you.
Well, we know one person. He's right in front of me right now. I got a couple of quick questions, and these are from listeners who submitted some questions through Facebook. One of them wants to know, I want to buy a home. I'm making pretty decent money. My credit isn't where it should be. Should I just focus on one credit bureau or all of them when I'm trying to purchase a home?
Well, you should definitely focus on all three of them, because when you're purchasing a home, the real estate agent and the mortgage company is going to go on your middle score. So you have to really maintain and make sure that all of those scores are up on all three credit reporting agencies, and whatever that middle score is, that will be the score that they will actually go by.
Okay, the next question is about cars, and I think you're the wrong person to ask this because I seen your garage. He's got a car. This was it 1 of 9. There's only 9 of them in Georgia, something like that.
So I had the first one.
You had the first one.
M850 BMW. 2019.
Y'all got to look that
I had
up.
the first one. Yes.
I think when you wake up in the morning, that car asks you what you want for breakfast. But this question is about cars. A person is saying if I'm in the 600s in my credit score, should I be looking to get a new car or a used car, and what kind of rate should I be looking at?
So if you're in the 600s, then you need to it depends on 600 is a major range. So if you were 659 and above, then you're at the bottom range of good credit. And so the kind of car that you should be looking at is basically what can you afford? And that's the real question. Okay. What can you afford? Never buy more car than what you can afford to pay, because even if you get no money down, you're still going to have those monthly notes. And make sure that you can afford to pay them, and make sure that you're not getting late payments in them, and that you don't end up in a repossession state. with buying too much car.
Okay, there we go. And the last question is coming about insurance, buying insurance based on your credit, as well as getting hired for a job. Does this credit affect those things?
Absolutely. So your credit score is more than just simply about obtaining credit. So if you were going to get auto insurance, if you were going to get home insurance, Allstate and the different insurance companies are going to pull a copy of your credit report, and they're going to see how you pay your bills, and they're going to evaluate you and determine what your monthly rate will be for your insurance based upon your credit score. Likewise, if you are applying for a job, I had a client who recently came into the office a couple of weeks ago in a desperate state. She worked for Bank of America, and she was being evaluated for a higher position for promotion, and her credit was really bad. And she did not get that position. And when they pulled her credit report, they demoted her from the current position. So there are consequences for having bad credit.
Okay, so you better jump on this right now, people. Celebrity credit guru Jame Hunt is here, man. He's got a book out too. Make sure you check his book out. He's smiling all big on the book. You know you're gonna learn something with that book. And it's
Debt-free is the new rich.
Debt-free is the new rich. And my last question is about credit cards. A lot of people are scared of credit cards. Should we be afraid of those?
No, I think that you should embrace credit cards because ultimately it's going to be. So the bigger picture is if you're planning on purchasing a home, and then you need to have your real estate agent, your mortgage company is going to need to know how you pay your revolving credit. And credit cards is revolving credit. So they're going to look closely at how you pay revolving credit and whether you pay them on time. And so you should have as many credit cards as you can handle, but you should be paying and building those and that credit with as many credit cards as you can, and doing it responsibly.
Okay, responsibly. I've heard different numbers. Is it a magic number, a magic percentage that you should keep your credit cards under?
So the FICO score says that you should never use more than 30% of your available credit.
Okay.
And so, but for those who are wise, they use less than. So I never use more than 10% of my available credit, and I usually pay everything off at the on my due dates for the monthly due dates.
Okay.
But if you use more than 30% of your available credit, then to creditors it looks like you're living off of your credit cards.
Okay.
As opposed to your credit cards being an accessory to your lifestyle.
Okay. I like that. So I'm going to try to get like $1 million in credit so the 10% ain't going to hurt nobody.
Yeah, the black card.
Jame Hunt, celebrity credit guru in here, man. I appreciate you coming by, man. Thank you so much. You guys check him out once again on Instagram. Who is Jame Hunt? Check him out on his website, celebritycreditguru.com, or you can go by his office, man. Very accessible. That means he really is going to do it. Don't get somebody on Instagram, you cash apping them money to fix your credit, and you don't know where they stay at.
Yes, you can come to the office. I'm in Buckhead, 1 block from Lenox.
He is. I go shopping after I see him. Yeah. It's our 107.9.